If you're doing a hypnosis session with me, whether it's live or on Zoom or one of my YouTube videos, then this is the video that you want to watch first. If you want to have a successful hypnosis session, and this could be whether it's with me or another hypnotist, then this video will ensure that you get the results that you're looking for. Or have you ever wondered if you can be hypnotized? Well, this video will answer that question too and reveal the secrets behind why hypnosis works. Hi there, I'm Jeff Broomfield. Welcome to your pre-induction hypnosis talk. This video will prepare you for your hypnosis session, and after watching this video, your hypnosis sessions will be much deeper and much more effective. And much more cheaper because we won't have to do this live with you. If you've ever tried hypnosis and found it to be not as effective as what you'd like, then that's because you didn't get a good pre-talk that laid the groundwork for a great session. And you didn't have rapport with your hypnotist. This pre-induction talk will demonstrate exactly what hypnosis is and how to do hypnosis, and by the end, you'll be confident in your ability to do hypnosis and achieve a deep hypnotic trance, and you will get the results that you were looking for. This video will answer all your questions about hypnosis, plus the ones you never thought to ask. So to prepare you for hypnosis, I'm actually going to suck on this lemon. Would you like to see that? First though, I want to acknowledge that there's a lot of misconceptions out there about hypnosis, especially from Hollywood. And they portray hypnosis as something other than what it is. The most common misconception is that hypnosis is a form of mind control, and that I can make you go into hypnosis and do things that you don't want to do. And also that hypnosis affects people with a weak mind. And really none of that is true. It's actually just the opposite. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis, and so you have to accept the suggestions and follow all the instructions in order for the hypnosis to work. It's completely voluntary. And here's a great example. Okay, close your eyes. Now relax all the muscles around your eyes. Now open your eyes. So if you chose to close your eyes, who closed them? You did. And that makes you a great hypnotic subject. Now, if you didn't close your eyes, who chose to not close your eyes? That was you. You're in complete control, and you decide whether or not you follow the instructions. I can't force you to close your eyes. You have to do it. You have to close your eyes. Not some strange force that comes in and takes you over. Now, there are some people who can't be hypnotized. There's people who can't focus or follow instructions. So drunk or wasted people, for example, or really dumb people, or people who don't want to be hypnotized, or people who choose not to be hypnotized. You know, I can watch a hypnosis session and I can learn and watch techniques without going into trance. Or I could watch that same session and go into trance and benefit from the hypnosis. It's a choice. Also, people who want to prove that they can't be hypnotized. So all you got to do is not follow the instructions. It's actually easier to not do hypnosis than it is to go into the hypnosis, because hypnosis is a learned skill. It actually takes skill and builds a stronger mind. And there are people who don't know what hypnosis is. So maybe they don't follow the instructions because some people will actually sit there waiting for a strange force to take them over, like some kind of possession or something. And that's not what hypnosis is. It's all you. When someone says they can't be hypnotized, and I know they probably don't know what hypnosis is, because all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. So hypnosis is following the instructions and using your imagination to pretend. And following the instructions creates your trance. And it's your trance. And so you have to choose to follow the instructions and accept the suggestions, and that it is you that has to follow the instructions, rather than some strange force taking you over. Then the hypnosis just works. And so you follow the instructions, and the hypnosis works. The best description I've heard of what hypnosis is came from Mike Mandel. And he says, hypnosis is not what you think it is. Hypnosis is what you think it is. Now, hypnosis has to do with suggestibility. And so I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that right now. Now it's time for me to bite in this lemon and suck the juice from it. And normally what I do is have you imagine a lemon and get you to imagine sucking the lemon. And I thought for this video, it might be a little more interesting for you if I was to actually suck the lemon myself. And so I got this from watching a training video by Scott McFall where he was revealing the secrets of the hypnosis pre-talk. And he was cutting up this lemon just like this. All right? Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a tough one. There we go. Okay, so and he told everyone he's going to take a bite out of this lemon. And he said, I hate this part because my lips are chapped. But I'm just going to go ahead and take a bite out of this lemon and suck some lemon juice. Right? And you can see how juicy this lemon is, right? Okay. So, all right. Now imagine, how would you feel? Just imagine if you had to do this. Okay, take a bite of this juicy lemon here. Now, if you had to take a bite of this juicy lemon, get the seed out of there, how would that taste? Just imagine that. Okay, now, okay, yeah. So by this point, most people would have been puckering with me, or at least salivating. You know, you have a little extra spit in your mouth right now. And what happened there is that this is your body reacting physically to the suggestion of what I felt as I bit into this lemon. You reacted unconsciously to the suggestion. So that is the power of suggestion, and that is part of how hypnosis works. So when you follow the instructions and accept the suggestion, the hypnosis just works. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a test just to see how suggestible you are. Put this down here. Okay. This is a demonstration, so you'll actually have to get up to do this. And what I want you to do is place your feet flat on the floor. And I want you to put your hands out in front of you like this. And then I want you to clasp your hands together and interlock your fingers like this. And keep your arms straight, parallel to the floor like this. Okay? Lock your elbows. And then I want you to stare at your hands. And as you stare at the hands, and on the count of 3, I want you to imagine that the hypnosis has locked your hands together so tightly that the harder you try to get them apart, the more stuck they become. And the more stuck they become, the more hypnosis that flows into your hands and makes them stick together. 1, close your eyes and lock your hands even tighter together. 2, tighter and tighter, keeping your eyes shut. And soon, the more you try to get your hands apart, the more stuck they become with hypnosis. 3, now try as hard as you can to get them apart. And the more you do, the tighter you lock them together, even more. So as you try even harder, you lock them even tighter. The more you try to pull your hands apart, the more hypnosis. Stick your hand together. Satisfy yourself of this sensation. Tug even harder, and they get even more stuck. Tug twice as hard, and they get twice as stuck. Satisfy yourself of this sensation now. And release. Let your hands go loose, open your eyes, and your hands come apart easily now. So if your hands lock together, then you are an excellent hypnotic subject. And you're going to do excellent with hypnosis. If your hands came apart, then you're likely distracted and for some reason you didn't follow the instructions. So all you have to do to fix that, though, is listen to my voice and follow the instructions. And then the hypnosis works. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. As a hypnotist, it's my job to teach you how to go into hypnosis, how to get into trance. Trance is a state where you bypass a critical faculty and reprogram your mind. It's a learning state. Hypnosis is a state where your protective barrier has been dropped and you can rewrite your beliefs and install new ones. And you can solve all your problems and get answers to any questions. In hypnosis, we work with the subconscious mind. So a lot of what a hypnotist does is communication. And we communicate in a way that gets results. So in a way, trance is really a learning state. A state in which you suspend disbelief and play along. And I'll demonstrate that with the hypnotic fingers. But first, we're going to talk about the frame of mind and expanding consciousness. Okay, so I'm just going to put that up here. And to understand better how hypnosis works, it's important to understand how the mind works. So I use the mind frame. And this model breaks our mind down to the conscious mind at the center. And then we have the unconscious mind. And then the subconscious mind. Or you can call that the soul or the inner being, whatever you want to call that. Now, as you can see, consciousness is expanding as it deepens. And in between the conscious and the unconscious is the critical faculty, which is our self-protection system, our guard dog. So we have a conscious mind and we have an unconscious mind. And so the difference between the two is think of yourself as being in a big, dark warehouse. And all you have is a flashlight. And you're shining this flashlight and you can only see a little bit at a time. So the flashlight represents your consciousness, and the rest of the warehouse is your unconscious or your subconscious, whatever you want to call that. And so you're only capable of shining that flashlight on a small portion at a time. Good example of that right now is that you're focused on watching this video. So you're watching the video, you're listening to the sound of my voice, and you're not aware of the feelings in the bottom of your feet. And right now what happened is the feeling in the bottom of your feet, it was there, but it was part of your unconscious. And so when I said it, you brought it into your conscious awareness. So you shone the flashlight on your feet. And just like that, you're not aware of the feeling of your butt in your seat right now. Till I said so. And now you're not aware of your breathing. Right? And so each of these things still happens, but we're not consciously aware of these things. So it's like that flashlight. When you shine your flashlight on that one thing, and your conscious awareness can only focus on one thing at a time. Where your unconscious does more multitasking. So your unconscious mind can multitask and do things. So if you're driving somewhere, if you've ever driven somewhere and it's like a regular place that you go to and you get there and you wonder, well, how did I get there, right? You can't remember how you drove there. And that's because your unconscious mind is actually doing the driving for you. So we program the unconscious mind and it carries out these habits all the time. The same thing when I bit into that lemon and you salivated. So it's a conditioned response. Now beyond all that, of course, you have your subconscious mind or your inner being, which is another layer of thought. It processes information in a different way and things come up to you intuitively. Well, that's another level of your mind. That's not your conscious mind. Okay, so now if you've ever been driving and you notice that you have to look for an address or your exit's coming up and you don't want to miss it, and so what you do is you turn down your radio. Right? You've been listening to your radio and the radio becomes a distraction because you can't focus on more than one thing at a time. You have to focus on being able to find your street sign or your exit that's coming up, and the music is a distraction. You can only consciously focus on one thing at a time. Another time, when you watch TV, you're in a trance, and so what happens is you suspend disbelief. If you ever watch Superman or a show like that, what happens is that in order to be able to watch the show, you have to go with the story. Here's a guy who can leap over tall buildings. He's bulletproof. He can run faster than the speeding bullet or a locomotive. He's got so many of these skills that humans just don't have. And so if you allowed your critical faculty to get in the way, you would say, oh, You can't do things like that. Bullets wouldn't bounce off a person like that. You can't run that fast. So you just wouldn't believe it. And so you'd never enjoy the show. So what happens is you suspend disbelief. So your subconscious mind, that's where ideas come from. That's where inspiration comes from. And your subconscious mind knows what's wrong, and it can fix any of the problems that you have. The unconscious mind, that is where your memories are, and that is where your muscles and everything, your muscle memory is programmed at the unconscious level. So your unconscious mind is more like a robot, where the subconscious mind has thought and can communicate and bring ideas to you. So when a musician gets an idea for a song, it comes from that deeper part of them. So as your consciousness expands outwards, then what happens is you can tap into more of these resources. And so the conscious mind is where you have your rational thoughts. Your critical thinking happens here. You do your planning. You can assess data, and you do math and stuff like that at this level. So since your conscious mind can do critical thinking and you say, don't do that, then your critical mind says don't means that you don't want that. But when you talk to your unconscious mind, it doesn't process information that way. So you have to be really careful at how you communicate with yourself, because when you tell yourself not to do something, subconsciously, you're telling yourself to do that thing. You're bringing it to your awareness, and then you have the urge to do it. So when you say don't do it, you're actually bringing it into focus, and then you're more likely to do that thing. And so that's one of the reasons why people have so many problems. And with hypnosis, we can reverse that kind of thing so that you can create new strategies. I get way more depth into this in my video called Frame of Mind. So then you'll find that on my channel if you want to watch that. So why do we need trance at all? Well, trance bypasses our self-protection system, our critical faculty. So imagine again that your mind is like a computer, and that you have this firewall that sits in between the conscious world and your unconscious mind. And that's this red area here on the frame of mind. This is your critical faculty, and it's a part of your consciousness, but it is not consciousness itself. The critical faculty is also part of the ego. So it's like a firewall or a guard dog that protects your unconscious. Now, some people will question whether or not they experience trance based on the presence of their conscious awareness during their session. And people that go to other hypnotists, that is. And what I tell them is that their conscious awareness and their critical faculty are two different parts of their conscious mind. And so it is good for the conscious mind to be aware and observing during the session, and it's the analysis and judgment of the critical faculty that we want to bypass. There are some people who don't remember their session, but that's a small percentage, and we record the session, so no worries if your consciousness misses out on the session. Second guessing your thoughts before you speak or act is a function of the critical faculty. So if you're driving and listening to music, your critical faculty was not present. If you start thinking stuff like, what if others see me singing and what would they think? That is your critical faculty, and it would be trying to get you to stop doing something because it thinks you're unsafe. So with hypnosis, we bypass your critical faculty and get to your subconscious to reprogram you, and that gets you the results that you want. So in one level of hypnosis, we can go to your unconscious mind. So we can go to your unconscious mind, and then we give suggestions, and then we bring you out, and that's us doing the programming. But if we go even deeper to that next level and get your subconscious mind, then we can get your subconscious mind to do the work, because your subconscious mind knows absolutely everything there is to know about you. And so it knows best what to do and how to help you solve the problem that you're looking to solve. And it's just waiting for you to listen to it. So all pain is when you are out of alignment between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. When that stuff's all out of alignment, then you get sickness and disease, pain, anger, all negativity. When you're in alignment, then you're happy. So with hypnosis, we bypass your critical faculty to get to your subconscious to reprogram you for the results that you really want. Your critical faculty will keep you safe no matter what. Your higher self will also keep you safe no matter what. And all you have to do is follow the instructions, suspend your disbelief, and allow the hypnosis to happen. So now for the hypnotic fingers demonstration. Since you've already learned that hypnosis is simply following the instructions and then the hypnosis works, then this one will be a breeze for you. So take a deep breath, uncross your legs or feet, make sure your feet are flat or flat on the floor, and extend your arms out like this again. All right, now interlock your fingers together. And this time you're bringing your hands in like this. All right, press your palms together and extend your index fingers about an inch apart like this. Okay, so you want to be like that. So now what I want you to do is focus on the space between your fingers and imagine that hypnosis is coming into your fingers and pulling them together like a magnetic force. Imagine with your powerful mind that the hypnosis is coming into your hands and into your fingertips, pulling them closer and closer together, tighter and tighter together. And imagine with your powerful imagine that hypnosis is pulling your fingers tighter and tighter, tighter and tighter, and tighter and tighter together. It's bringing them closer and closer together. Just imagine now that the powerful hypnotic force is pulling your fingers tighter and tighter together. It's bringing your fingers tighter and tighter together. Bring your fingers together now. Let your fingers touch now. Okay, and release and relax your hands now. Amazing work. Now you can see that the hypnosis is easy. All you got to do is follow the instructions, and the hypnosis actually happens. You have free will at all times, and you can resist and just not follow the instructions. You can easily watch this video with your hands in your lap or your arms crossed like this and not get hypnotized. I can watch a session as an observer, and I can learn from the session, or I can choose to participate and go into trance and get the benefit from the session. If it doesn't work, if the hypnosis doesn't work, then you just didn't follow the instructions. And if you don't want to be hypnotized, then still follow the instructions. You're 100% in control. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. Having the ability to go into hypnosis is a skill, and it builds a stronger mind. You allow your subconscious to take control, and this creates harmony between all your minds. Hypnosis is a self-empowerment tool. So now we're going to do something called a revivification. All right, so this time we'll do an easy visualization, and I learned this one from Mike Mandel. And what you'll be doing is visiting a memory of something that you like doing. Something that you've done frequently enough that you remember, and you'll be able to easily recall doing it. All you have to do is remember. Now first, I'm just going to ask, what was the color of your room when you were 10 years old? Now to get that answer, what you had to do is you had to search your memory. You had to go out of the present moment and look to the past in your memory, in your unconscious, and you saw a picture. You would see a picture of your room. And then you would bring this forward and convert that to data. Now, this is how you mechanically, that's what happened. What you notice happened is another thing. Suddenly you just came up with the answer. And usually your eyes go in certain directions in order to make this happen too. And so that is how you visualize. That's just an example. So now, think about that thing that you like doing. Something that you like doing, and you do it frequently enough that you can remember easily doing it, and you can recall that now. Okay? And so now select that thing that you like doing. What I want you to do is relax, sit or lie comfortably, feet flat on the floor. Make sure your legs are uncrossed and your arms. Close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, and as you relax, go fully into the experience of doing that thing that you like to do. And just remember in your mind doing that thing that you like to do. And I want you to fully immerse yourself into that experience. so that you're in your body looking through your own eyes. So step into your body so that you're imagining that you're doing it live in the moment, and see what you saw, hear what you hear, and really feel the feelings of doing that thing that you like to do. And bring that experience fully to life inside your mind. And however you do it is perfect. And as you're fully in that experience now, look at all your surroundings. What are you doing? What do you see? Are you inside or out? Are there other people? Are there any important objects? What are you wearing? Are there any smells or tastes that are important? What's the temperature like? What's the lighting like in your environment? As you go deeper and deeper in the experience, really feel the feelings of doing that thing that you like to do. Notice how you're breathing. What can you hear? What is your emotional state? Notice all the details that you can as you remember doing this thing that you like to do. And come back to now. Open your eyes. So there you go. You're an excellent hypnosis subject, and you're ready to go deep into trance. Now, so all you have to do is follow the instructions, and hypnosis happens. The hypnotist is just a guide, and it's up to you to follow the instructions. And then the hypnosis works. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. So it is you that has to do the work. Trusting the hypnotist that you're working with and having good rapport with that person is essential, really. You have to have trust. And hypnosis is a learned skill. So every time you do it, you get better and better. Hypnosis is a powerful self-development tool that creates a stronger mind and an empowered life. And so from now on, hypnosis will be easy for you. And now that you know, you have the power of hypnosis within you. So whether you're doing a live session or a recorded session, you are ready to go deep. So I'm creating a series of hypnosis video sessions, and you're welcome to use any of those to improve your life. I'll add several sessions to the video here and just pick one of those. And I always suggest an emotional detox before you do anything else. You only need to listen to this pre-induction talk once or until you feel comfortable with the content and you're ready to fully participate in your hypnosis session. Another thing that's important to know is that you can't get stuck in hypnosis. It's a state that you enter on a regular basis, and it would be like getting stuck in a good mood after watching a comedy. If you're in the middle of a session and you became disconnected, you would simply awaken after you realized that the hypnotist hasn't said anything for a while. You're always safe and protected. The best way for you to do hypnosis, of course, is with a live hypnotist. In person is best, and Zoom is the next best option. Then using video or MP3 will work, or self-hypnosis even. But you will notice that everything is even more generic in these YouTube videos. So if there's not enough time for you, then you can just go back. You can do it again, and if you're done ahead, then you can just wait for the guidance to catch up to you. So the live sessions are always there to get you deeper and get you into a better session. All right, so enjoy your hypnosis session and go deep. Have an awesome one.